Oh yeah, I see the comms. Yeah, as well as that, when you're coming in below and behind from that angle palm, you're in his blind spot. Especially for a lot of the fucking Soviet aircraft.
Yeah, he's following them in. Why would you do that?
Blue pilots. Fire first, ask questions later. This post brought to you by the Su-15 gang. Yup. Abso-fucking-lutely. I want that thing in DCS so badly. Like, you guys have no idea. I really want a Su-15. Oh, there goes the first tour. 2 tours, yep. Correction. At the JSOW, not at him. He is directly overhead. What a fucking genius. Oh, what I'd do for an SA2 site right now. He's flaring. Oh, that's cute. It's a side lobe off the tour that's catching me there. Okay, my left engine's running up now. There's tours going fucking everywhere. Looks like one may have hit something.
It looks like everything hit short. Either that or the Shilka got them all, but I doubt that.
No, the tours are fucking ripple firing. Like 4 or 5 missiles just went out. One blew up right next to... Oh, Jesus. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna move, just in case.
Oh, they went off radar because they became sub-munitions. Oh.
They became sub-munitions and landed directly on me and every aircraft parked next to me with 0 effect. Because DCS splash damage.
You're gonna have a 27 taken off behind you as well.
Some back trim. Damper's still warming up, so this might be
Got a couple minutes until the next part of the fun train shows up, so I would say get up there and head about 270.
Oh, something got hit down the far end of the parking area. But he appears to have done no damage to anything else. Myself included.
I think the bravest little Hornet got shot though. The fun train, which is a bunch of Vipers, is launching some stuff. Oh yeah, more JSOW. 286 for 22. There's a conga line of them, so head up that way.
They low or high?
All high. Like 29-30.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I see a fucking con looping back around.
Yep, that's the first one. There's 2 behind him, spacings of about 10 nm.
I see a JSOW on my radar. I see 2 JSOWs on my radar. I'd be tempted to shoot them down with 73s, but I'm probably going to need those.
Let the tours have them.
That right there that I have locked is a JSOW.
Yeah, first guy's booking, so go for the second.
Yeah, I'm on the second already. Oh, and I just accidentally bumped a couple flares out. For those who maybe have not been to the channel before, I will try and keep up with chat, just so I'm reading it off my phone.
I'll stop with him,
monitor,
so I see you have him locked up.
I'll catch up when I get some time. Belly tank is empty, we'll punch that shit off.
First guy may be
away.
coming. First guy may be coming back around.
Yeah, he can
Be
if
aware.
he wants. ET away.
Long 120 shots from the first guy. Splash. Close guy, 309 for 10. You got the 27. He's cold again. I would go for the guy who's still slinging J cells. 18 nautical miles, 293. Angel's 30.
I'm gonna get a bit closer before I fire. I'm down to 177.
Roger.
Correction, I'm gonna ET at him.
He's got friendlies coming in behind him as well, so be careful. 14. Friendlies to you, I should add.
Fuck it, he's gonna cop a 73. He's that close.
Correct.
If it'll pick him up, there we go. Yeet! Dove on a flare, because 73s love flares. That one's tracking. He dead.
Got him. Okay,
That
first in the
roll?
conga line is your closest target. He is 335 for 13. He's off attacking somebody. A Marat? Now he's turning back hot on the friendly 14s.
I got something conning right towards me. Is that friendly?
Correct.
Okay.
F-14 at 24,000, very close to you, and another one at 20. Mirage 2000, friendly, at 29.
Is that enemy still up 300-ish?
Enemy is at 4,500, directly ahead of you. 11 knots.
Talk me in.
Now at about your 11. You're on his 9. Keep turning left. Now on your 11. Now on your 12.
No eyes.
You're at about at his 7. He's at 4,500. He's now at your 1.
I got nothing. He must be in a fucking valley or something. I don't see shit.
Yeah, he looks like he's climbing up the valley. You should be able to see him soon. Again at your 1.
Got him. Fox 3. And Fox 2. Those are my
I don't
last two
think he
missiles.
knew.
Yeah, ET's got him.
Alright,
Fuck
north
yeah.
picture's clear. I'd say go back and re-on.
Yeah, I'm totally out of missiles and pretty low on fuel. I love the 29. When it works, it fucking works. Such a nice plane. Don't mind the wobbling.
That icon bug sure makes it look
it's a bit glitched out.
Makes it very obvious how the Tbilisi area is very JF-17.
Yeah. Isn't too well versed on Soviet combat versus airliners, but he did get that joke after the stream. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. I do enjoy Su-15 jokes. Hi bro, is the Flaming Cliffs 3 module worth it, or is there something better? It depends what you're into. If you like flying 4th gen Soviet aircraft like the MiG-29 or the Flanker, definitely worth getting. Like, I have it, and it's fun to fly some of the planes from it, but after you fly enough full fidelity modules, you really start missing the ability to click stuff in the cockpit. The flight models are mostly good. The system's very simplified, so for instance the radar and this is way better than it should be. But it's worth having, I think, but really mostly if you're interested in specific aircraft from it. Like, I really like the MiG-29 and the Su-27, so I fly them quite a lot. Whereas if I wasn't into them, I probably wouldn't worry so much about getting Flaming Cliffs 3. Let's add some surfaces to the nose. I would imagine that wouldn't be viable in a combat aircraft, though. It seems like it'd fuck with the radar quite badly. Deca did mention interest in doing a J-8-2, which definitely channels that Su-15 aesthetic. I want an actual Su-15, but I would definitely take a J-8-2 as well. Like, Chinese aircraft are interesting, but I'm not real big on them personally. But of the ones that are out there, the J-8-2 and the Q-5 are the two I really am interested in. I quite like them. Mostly for aesthetic reasons. Isn't the J-South supposed to be fairly stealthy? That wasn't an IR track, that was a radar track. In attack mode, like high pulse, close range. You get a very weak return off them. You get a stronger one off harms. And I picked harms up on the Earth before, but very weakly. Okay, we're pretty much back at Nalchik, so we're gonna kill the autopilot. That should be it there. Yes it is, there's the airport. Start bleeding some speed. This thing is just so quick to accelerate and it retains the speed so well, it's not even funny. It's a real big difference from the Su-27. They're both powerful aircraft. The Su-27 has a lot of engine power, but it's much slower and much more, well, not slower, sorry, it's more sluggish, I should say. I think its maximum speed's actually a little higher than the 29s, not by much, but it takes a while to get there and it doesn't regain that speed as easily after maneuvering, whereas this thing, if you're not careful, it will get away from you. Like, especially in a dive, it just picks up speed so quickly and you cannot get rid of it near as easily as you can with the Su-27. Also, there's a quirk with the speed brake because it's positioned between the afterburners. It's a clamshell, it opens vertically. If you're carrying any belly tank or if the landing gear's down, the speed brake will not deploy. Now, the former isn't that big of an issue because typically you want to ditch your belly tank before you get into combat, but the latter is an issue because typically, you know, With the Su-27, you use the speed brake to keep your airspeed manageable for landing. In the 29, you don't have that option, and the 29 is really sensitive to throttle input, so you've got to try and bleed as much speed as possible coming into the airfield, and then try and keep the speed down. You've got to do a lot more hands-on flying with the 29 than the Su-27. The 27's easy to fly, like effortless, compared to this. This is much more an old-fashioned pilot's aircraft. Go ahead and drop the flaps. Create a little more drag. You see the nose buck up there from all the extra lift. I still got the speed brake out and the gear up, so we've got to get a little bit slower. Probably about there's good. We'll pull the speed brake in, gear down, and then just very carefully modulate our speed with pitch and throttle. I do find the 29 harder to land than the Su-27 as well. The 29 has a bad habit in DCS of bouncing like a kangaroo if its nose wheel touches the ground first. And even gentle throttle inputs, like I'm barely out of flight idle and it's starting to pick up speed again. Put a little bit more on. I'm coming in crooked, as usual. Bit more back trim. Bit more back trim. With the 29, you've got to flare as much as you think is enough and then flare some more. It requires a really quite high nose-up attitude to land smoothly, whereas the 27 tolerates a much flatter approach, and I have a habit of coming in fast and flat. Okay, we should be good here. Just a little more throttle to get us over the threshold. Bit more flare. Bit bouncy. But it's my first 29 landing in a while, so I'll take it. Shootout, got to be below 280 kilometers an hour, otherwise you rip the chute. And then just gently tap the brakes. There we go. A very successful sortie. In fact, I think that's my most successful MiG-29 flight in a very long time. Mostly because those Hornets were so fixated on getting those JSOWs off, they didn't bother defending themselves, which was a bit odd. But I won't complain. I was only 2 kills, I guess. No, 3 kills, sorry, because my game crashed before. So we're now, what, 4 and 1 total? Well, sorry, no, 4 and 2? 4 and 3, I don't fucking remember. Unfortunately, this server doesn't save your score if you disconnect and reconnect, so if my game crashes, I totally lose my score. Whereas I think DDCS does save it, even for like days at a time, I've noticed. Which is a nice touch. I think Just Dogfight does as well.